47 Ronin in 3D, a 2013 release, a 2-hour film. 2.39 to 1 aspect ratio, so you will get the black bars at the top and the bottom if you're watching this on a television set or on a screen like I have here. DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. This is 6.2 out of 10 on International Movie Database. 16% critics approval score on Rotten Tomatoes. That's 16%. 48% audience approval score on Rotten Tomatoes. Directed by Carl Rinch. This is his debut direction, I think this was his debut. This is starring Keanu Reeves as Kiai. I'm going to mess these names up. Here it goes. I'm going to mess these names up. Hiroyuki Sanada as Oishi. You're going to have Ko Shibasaki as Mika. You're going to have Tabanobu Asano as Lord Kira. You're going to have Rinko Kikuchi as the Witch and Min Tanaka as Lord Asano. So what do you have here? You have a story where Keanu Reeves is a half-breed raised by these people out in the woods. He's found by this lord. This takes place in 17th century Japan. This is a true story. This is based on a true story. There really was 47 Ronin. They celebrate this every year in December. I think it's December 14th. They celebrate the story of the 47 Ronin who avenged the death of their lord. Keanu Reeves has a role in that. Out of the 300 men in the story, the true story, 47 rose up to avenge the death of their lord. There's going to be some spoilers here, but I'm not going to spoil everything. Keanu Reeves plays a great part. He's very physical. He plays a great half-breed samurai. He's half Japanese and half American in the movie. That's why they call him half-breed. He never rises himself up to the level of that everybody else is around him, and that's part of this character. He never raises himself up. He wanted to make sure he did that. When the script came out, he said, I don't want to raise myself up to the level of these people. He's always got his head down. He's always humble. He never breaks that character. And it seems like his character doesn't develop much. I watched this with my son Joe. He bought this for me, and we talk about, after the movies, we talk about it. And what do we think? Did we like it? Is it better than we thought it was going to be? I thought it was better than it was going to be. And he mentioned that they didn't really develop his character all that much. But his character is a humble person. I'm not going to spoil too much about the movie. This is the 7th adaptation of this true story, the 47 Ronin. The first adaptation was the 1941 film, The 47 Ronin. Then came the Loyal Ronin in 1958. Kuyashigura in 1962, you know I messed that up. The Fall of the Akko Castle in 1978, The 47 Ronin in 1994, and The Last Ronin in 2010. This was a $175 million budget. It was a total bust at the theaters. It was a bomb. It was a bomb. It bombed at the theaters. Why? Well, look. When you throw in wizards and witches in a story where there really wasn't any, and they screened this over in Japan, and it didn't do very well, because it's based on a true story, and there's no wizards, witches, and dragons in a true story. It would kind of be like telling a story about American independence, right? And then throwing in dragons and witches. It wouldn't do too good. Okay? That's basically what happened here. Carl Rinch, he wanted it edited different. Carl Rinch, it was rumored that he was thrown out of the editing room. I don't know. Do they even have editing rooms anymore? I don't know. But it was rumored that he was thrown out. He wanted to edit this in a different light. And so it is what it is. It's a beautiful film. It's in Japan. It's filmed in Japan. It's beautiful, beautiful scenery, beautiful the outfits, the costumes, the dress, everything is beautiful. There's a love interest going on here. Keanu Reeves and this Mika, they got a love interest going on. It's the Lord's daughter, but he's not allowed to be with her because he's not of her caliber. You got a bad guy in here. Let's call him the bad guy, Lord Kira. He leads to the Lord's death, and then the 47 Ronin are banished, and they want to come back and avenge the death, like the true story. There's a witch in here, a temptress, a seductress, very attractive Japanese woman here. This witch, this Rinko Kikuchi, is an absolute gorgeous woman and plays a wonderful temptress. I don't know any man that could have resisted her, especially with her witching powers. Plays a beautiful part here. And his love interest, Mika Koshibasaki, she's another beautiful gal in here. So everything, it's just a beautiful film. The sound score is great. The original, whoever wrote the original sound score, they didn't use it. I don't know why, but it was rewritten, and this sound score is good. Let's talk about the 3D now. Sorry, I didn't want to get too much into it. There was some spoilers there, but let's talk about the 3D. The 3D is very good. It's there, okay? Let me put it that way. It's there. It's in the window. It's really weird in a sense, actually. The 3D is kind of different. All right, there are some absolute flat scenes, and then there are absolute fantastic scenes. It's like they put the 3D where it had to be. When it's snowing, it's snowing in the room. You've got smoke in the room. You've got some flames flickering in the room. You got some branches in the room. There's a scene in here, and you'll see it here when they're fighting, and the gladiator. I want to say he's a gladiator. He's not a gladiator. Some kind of a monster. Throws a ball. It comes right out of the screen. You're actually ducking like that. This ball's going to hit you right in the face. I mean, those are right. That's where they put the money. Right there, that ball right there. They put the money there. They put the money on those kind of shots, those flame shots, blasting around you. That's where they put the money. The snow scenes, things like that. That's where they really pull out the 3D. And then in the other aspects, where I would have loved to see more depth, the sweeping vistas. I would have loved to see that in more depth there. But it's not there. So it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag of 3D. But it's well worth it in 3D. I wouldn't want to watch it any other way, to be honest with you. All right, so that's my take on this. What am I going to do with 47 Ronin? Look, I thought the plot was solid. I really did. Here's what I liked about this. I'm an old guy, right? I like when a movie starts from point A and goes to point B. I follow everything from beginning to end. It doesn't start out somewhere where you don't know what's going on, in my opinion. I always knew what was going on. I always knew what they were trying to accomplish. I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to connect the dots. A lot of people don't like that. I do. I like that. I like the way it flows like that. I thought the love interest was pretty good. I thought the ending battle scene, the third act, was kind of rushed. They could have stretched that out. There's a couple of things that they could have stretched out, like my son and I were talking about when he has to rescue Keanu Reeves from this camp. They could have stretched that out. So it does have its faults. But look, overall, I got to be honest with you. I kind of felt I would watch this again. And for me to say I want to watch a movie again, it takes a good bit. So I'm going to give 47 Ronin. I'm going to give it 3.75 out of 5 stars for the movie. And I'm going to give the 3D 3.75 out of 5 stars. What raises that up is those extraordinary scenes where things come flying out. So let me ask you, what did you think? Did you see it? Did you see it in 3D at the movies in 2013? Maybe you went, saw it at the movies. What did you think? What did you think in 3D on the big screen? Maybe you saw it in 2D. Leave some comments below there. I highly recommend this. Look, I want you to hit that like and subscribe button. I got a lot more reviews coming out. I want you to stay safe. I want you to have a good night. And as always, God bless.